Welcome back, watch fans. We're talking about big money energy. That's right, big money energy, big money energy. And what type of watches have that big money energy? That's what we're talking about. We're talking about winning. We are talking about champions winning. And I believe in order to win, you need to have one of three watches on your wrist. I talked before about some of the characteristics. You want to have something with polish, shiny, modern gold. Kind of like, again, this is a peasant watch, the Yachtmaster 40, but it does have some gold. It does have the steel. Again, I wear this watch for consorting with the peasant classes, but for winning properly, you need to have a gold, full gold watch on your wrist. Now, what are the brands? And I said, look, you got to have the modern, shiny gold. It does help if you do have the diamonds. You got to have some baguettes in there. You got to have the baguettes on the dial. Big baguettes, not little baby baguettes. Look at that. Wow. These guys are in it to win it. In it to win it. You see that? No Speedmasters, no Omegas here. This is Rolex only. Rolex only, baby. Rolex. Man, these are incredible. Look at this. They're not kidding around. Now this is just the exercise. That's right. Shit, look at that. Crazy. I mean, this is incredible stuff here. Yeah. Now, what are the brands? Okay, so there's three brands that you need to consider: Rolex, Audemars Piguet, Patek Philippe. Now, which is the best? I'm gonna give you my picks right now. I would take out Patek Philippe from that equation. Why? Well, Patek Philippe, if you're thinking of gold, you're thinking of the Nautilus. I don't think the Nautilus is gives off the big money energy. I'll tell you why that is right now. The reason the Patek Philippe Nautilus lacks big money energy, even in full gold, I don't care if it's a $500,000 watch. I don't care if it's $1 million watch. The Patek Philippe does not have big money energy. Why? I don't know. Something about the design. Something about, I don't know. It just doesn't have it. It doesn't have the it factor. Okay, it doesn't have the it factor. You know who has the it factor? I think it's a battle between the Rolex Day-Date 40. We're talking about the heavy hitters with the baguettes, or Audemars Piguet Royal Oak in full gold. Whether it's the perpetual calendar, some of the beautiful tourbillons. Look at that. Look at that. We're talking about those watches. Now, the battle between Rolex and Audemars Piguet for big money energy, the winner goes to, are you ready for this? And again, this is all about winship. It's all about winning bigly. It is all about winning bigly. When you put up the watch on your wrist, which watch vibrates the bigger energy, which gives off the big money energy, right? There's big money energy and there's huge money energy and there's bigly money energy. And that's what we're looking for, my friends. We're looking to, separate from the pack and win bigly. That's what it's all about. And I believe Audemars Piguet is the clear winner. Audemars Piguet is the clear winner. There is a clear winner. And again, beautiful watches. Now, the one watch you do want to avoid is the chronograph. The Audemars Piguet chronograph is a loser's watch. It is not a serious watch. Why? Because it obscures the beautiful tapisserie dial. The Audemars Piguet tapisserie dial, it gives off the big money vibes. It's got the big money vibes. Now, I forgot to mention one important thing that you need in your big money energy watch. It's got the light, the dial. The dial has to react to the light, meaning it's got to have some sort of, it's got to change with the light. It's got to have different. Hang on a second. Let me give you the big money vibe here. Here we go. I'm talking about the big money vibes here. The big money. You see, we're talking about the big money. You got to have something that reflects the light, that's got reaction to the light, that's going to have sunburst effects, things like that. The tapisserie dial from Audemars Piguet definitely has that. The tapisserie dial, it gives off those vibes. especially the white dials. I love the white dials. Those are the best because they're really incredible. Now, generally white dials I don't like, but for Audemars Piguet, they have a very special white, which is called money white. That's right. And if you mix it with the rose gold watch, the rose gold bracelet, it's incredible. One final thing I should mention: the big money energy watch does need to be on a full bracelet. It cannot be on leather. I mean, it could be on leather, but if you're gonna go with leather, you're gonna need. If you're gonna go with a strap, it's gonna have to be like a bigger case. It's gonna have to be one of those Royal Oak. It has to be one of those Royal Oak 39 millimeters, which sadly are a little bit too big for me. I don't know if I could wear those really. I'd like to, but I really, they're a little bit too big for the Cardinal. Sadly. So, where does that leave us? Now, here's the other thing. For the Cardinal, most of the Royal Oaks the new modern Royal Oaks are a little bit too big. At 39 millimeter, they wear huge. They wear like 42s. Now, this is a 40 on the wrist. I don't know if you can see it. Actually, it does fit properly, but somehow the camera angle makes it look like it's hanging over the wrist. But no, it does fit properly. As does the Rolex Day-Date 40. It does fit properly. But I do prefer the white gold because for me personally, that watch looks good with my aristocratic skin tone. Okay, the white gold. I love rose gold color, but simply it doesn't look good and it looks too big. It just stands out too much. And again, look, I do consort with peasants sometimes, so I do need to be a little bit low key, and that's what the white gold does for me. So again, you want to have a dial that reacts. The Royal Oak is a magnificent dial with a tapisserie. You want to see the big tapisserie, no chronograph. The chronograph is for losers. That's for leprechauns with monkey eyebrows, okay? Anytime you see anybody with a chronograph Royal Oak, they're a loser. Why? Because, very simply, the point of the Royal Oak is to show the tapisserie dial. And again, you want the watch that's best in class. Best in class, baby. Best in class means you're talking about Rolex Daytona for chronograph. Rolex Daytona is best in class. The debate has been settled. The debate has been settled. Rolex Daytona is best in class. That is the only chronograph you should even consider, my friends, is the Rolex Daytona. Again, I'm not a chronograph. I'm just telling you the facts. You may not like it. The truth is ugly. The truth is like being up there in the bleachers instead of the king position here. Actually, no, I think they do have some better seating up there. But no, I'm just telling you the reality, my friends. So you avoid the chronograph, especially now. By the way, some of you are thinking of the Nautilus, because the flashy, the gold, they got the stupid, I don't know, messy dials. The new ones, they're disasters. They're actually for trashy people. That's for guys like Grant Cardone. Okay, it's not for aristocrats. Okay, the Royal Oak is for aristocrats. If you can pull it off, again, if you have the big wrist, you can pull off that huge. It's basically a 42 millimeter watch. If you can have a 42 millimeter chunk of gold on your wrist, the Royal Oak is the way to go. Now, here's the only problem with the Royal Oak. I'll tell you what it is. The problem with the Royal Oak is Audemars Piguet. That's right, Audemars Piguet, which is a horrible company, and nasty French people. That's right, nasty French people, the worst of the French. Their service is very bad. The quality, I'm not sure about the quality of the watches. I've heard different things. There's been issues reported. We know historically they're not the most reliable. They are relatively delicate. And you really don't want to deal with these people. You don't want to deal with them. So, here's the thing. Ultimately, it's kind of like choosing between Bentley and Ferrari. Okay, Bentley and Ferrari. That's the choice. I go with the Bentley because the Bentley is more comfortable. It's more reliable. It's just a better car. It's not as flashy. Again, the flashy car is the Ferrari. It's the Lambo, right? But it's not comfortable. It's just flashy. And it's not that as reliable as the Bentley, which is a Volkswagen engine, basically, right? It's It's much better. Look, the Germans know how to make engines. The Italians do not. Sorry. Mi dispiace, ragazzi. Mi dispiace, ragazzi. Meccanica italiano è cagare. Troppo cagare. Listen, the Italians, they make other things very well. They make beautiful clothes, beautiful design, everything. They have taste, incredible, everything. But for engines, you gotta go with the Krauts. You gotta go with the lxury people. It's just the way it is. You gotta be a realist in life. You gotta be a pragmatic person. So that leaves me with the Rolex Day-Date 40 as the choice. The Rolex Day-Date 40 is the big money. That's right, the Colonel recommends the Rolex Day-Date 40 for the big money energy, and that is my goal, is to get one very shortly. Now the prices are dropping fast. They're dropping faster than, that's right, Bill Clinton's pants in an Arkansas farmhouse circa 1989, when he was in his prime as the governor. He was in that farmhouse a lot when he was governor. You know that. We know that. We know Bill. We know Bill. Friends of Bill, right? I'm not talking about the AA people. That's the reality, my friends. It's unbelievable but true. Now, look, if you want to enjoy more quality content like this, you gotta join as an aristocrat. You've got to become an aristocrat. Look, this is the sport of kings. Horse racing is the sport of kings, and joining this site as a member for $4.99 a month shows the world. Most importantly, it shows you, it proves to you that you are a baron. Not a king, but a baron. Because look, for $4.99 you get to be a baron. That is your official title. So, bottom line, we go with the Rolex Day-Date 40 for reliability. It's definitely reliable. It could take a beating. They have service. You can go swimming. You have no issues, okay? You got no issues with it. It's recognizable worldwide. Liquid. It's a liquid market. You can sell to wherever you want. Everybody knows what it is. It is big, brash, in your face. It's like a big, brash American car in the 1950s. You know, when Europe was coming out of the war in the 1950s, 1950, let's call it 1959. You know, they had tiny little cars, little Fiats, because they were poor. The Americans had big, brash Cadillacs, big, huge Cadillacs, big Cadillacs, in your face, baby, in your face. That was the symbol. That was the sign that Americans won the war. That's right. The Germans had tiny little Mercedes with little tin can wheels, that tomato can metal. The Americans had the big Cadillac, big in your face, big tail fins, big lights. You know what I'm talking about, right? That, my friends, is the reality of the world. So again, we got to go with the Rolex, the Day-Date 40, reliability, big money energy, reasonable price also. The reasonable price, I believe the prices will come down to below retail. That's right. I believe the prices will eventually hit below retail in the next few months. We are in March of 2024, and I believe that prices will be coming down to 20% below retail for most of the models. That's right. So any watch that's 40 large today, 40 large, is going to be 30. That's right. Anything that's selling for 40 grand right now, retail price is going to be in the low 30s. We're talking about 29,000 even, potentially. That is how bad prices can drop. Here we are, living the American dream. Living the American.
Yeah, there is.
Living the American dream with Rolex. That's right, my friends. Living the American dream with Rolex is what it's all about. Click the like, subscribe button, and we'll see you all on the next one.